morning from the AT. DogTag here, checking in on March 12th, day 23, I believe, on the AT. And I'm leaving Wine Spring campsite up on Wine Bald. We'll go over the Bald here in about an hour. Camped out with Optimus and Dr. Quinn. And then over yonder there is two Tennessee boys, Moondog and Two Speed. But if he's a two-speeder, then I'm like, I need 4 speeds to go slower. So the slog up this last 2 miles to the top of this was probably one of the toughest that I've had. Really slow, long. But we got up here about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Had dinner, set up tent, nice little camp up here. There's no privy, no designated privy. There's plenty of privies, but no designated privy. So we're doing about 7, almost 8 miles today to a shelter, and then the next day we're going to do another 7 or so miles, which will put us in striking distance of the knock, the Nantahala Outdoor Center. I guess they used to use it as one time as a Olympic training site. But all right, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna walk for about an hour. Maybe I'll get up to the Bald and take my sweater off and eat some breakfast. Talk to y'all later. Be safe. Oh, we're at mile marker 117.8. Just to let you know, we're still moving. Okay, DogTag on the AT at Wine Bald Tower. And isn't that beautiful? I was just talking to Optimus, he's one of the other thru hikers, and he says, I really know why they call this the Blue Ridge Mountains now. Because when you look out right now, all these different hues of blue, and you see so many ridge. And if you look, and I'll show it up over here in the tower maybe, but if you look back over there, you can see the tower this tallest mountain, that was Standing Indian. That's the one I fell on. And then if you look to the left, just like between the V of that tree right there, you can see Albert Mountain. That's where I was when I did the 100-miler. So we've come from there and somewhere down yonder there. And we're now probably close to 120 miles. I'm gonna walk over here to the tower and see if there's a better view over there. You know, everywhere I go on this trail, I run into veterans, and here's a story of John Bryan, I guess, Byron, World War I vet. Became a U.S. Forester. They said he was the youngest Forester in U.S. Forest history at the time, at 33, but subsequently died a couple years later from his exposure to poisonous gas during World War I. So, but this spot kind of honors the AT, where the AT and the Byron are Bartram Trail cross, and just a beautiful spot up here. What a great spot to take a few minutes, and we're going to go up in the tower that was named for it was built after his death. But they call it the observation, the Wyhen observation tower. So we're going to go up there and get some pictures. So this sign, it talks about the ever viewing changes, and then it points out and I'm having a hard time viewing because of the glare, but it shows all the different spots that are along here. And it's funny that to see some of the mountains that I've already climbed, and they seem so far away, but they say that like Indian Mountain, where I was, is 10.1 miles from here. Albert Mountain is 10 miles, and what a beautiful view. What a beautiful view. I'm going to go up in the tower and take some pictures. Well, dog tag here up on top of Wyhen Bald Tower. And as you can see, this is what makes this trip incredible. To be able to see this. And what a view. What a view. What a view. I think when I get down, I'll do a panoramic of this, because the post would be in the way if I did it this way. Well, I made a good screw up this morning. Back on the road, back there, let's see, right there, somewhere right there on the trail back there. It's where the trail came up out of the woods. I saw a white blaze on the opposite side, and I thought that's where the trail went down. But I walked up here to the tower, and lo and behold, Optimist points out that the trail goes past the tower and down the other side. So now I got to go walk back down there and get my pack and then walk back up here. So like I said, those of you that said I'm doing 2,200 miles, these are the extra miles that we walk. And this is actually part of the white part of the trail. It's not a blue blaze. So off to go get my pack. But before I do, I might eat breakfast. So, all right. Dog tag out here on the AT. Big mountain in the middle and the back. That's Wyan Bald. That's where we were just at a little while ago. Came down out of the mountains, and now we're headed down, and we'll get to a gap only to go up, and that's to our next shelter. So all's good. Beautiful day out here, and I just had lunch and I need to get back on the trail. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Well, it's 3:40 in the afternoon. I've stopped at the local watering hole, filling up my water and filtering it. And I got about a little over a mile to get to my campsite. Unfortunately, it's uphill. So I'm going to slog up the hill like I did last night. All right, we'll talk to you later. Doesn't that sound beautiful? Listen to that water. Nice, fresh, cool water. No sparklets here. Well, the day of end of day 23, you see the sunset going off right now. I missed it by a little bit, but we're here at, I think they call it Cold Camp. Lots of people here. People are starting to catch up with us. A couple people, young lady in a hammock. She started January 1st though, so I've actually gone faster than somebody. And there's another young man over here in his Nemo that he started in January as well, but he developed knee problems, had to get off for a while. But of course I got Dr. Quinn and Optimus in their tent, and tomorrow we're doing 5.6 miles, and then the next day we'll go into the Nantahala Outdoor Center. They call it the Knock. So kind of a nice day up. Really warm today. Probably in the high 70s, but seems like here lately it's been always a slog up the end of the day, and so a lot of people stopped here because they didn't want to hike no more. So it's all good. I'm getting ready to go crawl in my shack, get some sleep, and rest my legs, and till tomorrow. We'll see you all later, alligators. Not sure you can see it through the trees. Full moon tonight. Well, not a full moon. According to them, we're 3 days away from the full moon. And then we're supposed to have a lunar eclipse later this week.
Wednesday the 12th.
Good.
All right. Beautiful.
Rear review.
Well, March 13th, day 24, I think, on the AT. I'm losing track. I need to do a better job. I'm leaving Cold Springs Shelter. We didn't stay at the shelter. We camped out in tents. A lot of people seem to prefer the tents. So it's going to be a short day today, roughly 6 miles to the next shelter. We're kind of pacing ourselves because we have a hostel in the Knock, which is the Nantahala Outdoor Center, on Friday and Saturday. And so we don't want to get to the Knock before Friday. So we're going to take a 6 mile today, and then it'll be about a 6 mile tomorrow into the Knock. Everybody talks about getting to the Knock and eating one of those their big burgers. So I don't know. I might have to eat a burger the first day and hope that the consequences will not be horrible. So, but it was a beautiful night. Last night, full moon. It was like you had a night light inside your tent. Some of the people have been asking me on Facebook, have I been losing weight? I think I'm losing weight. Well, I know I'm losing weight. I don't officially know how much I've lost weight. I know the first hostel I stayed in, I weighed myself and I'd lost 8 pounds the first week. I think I've been steady losing a little bit more weight. My belt's tightened up and britches are hanging a little bit looser. But it's all good. We got one big climb today, and then it's pretty much a downhill slide into the knock. But for me, the downhills on the knees and the toes seem to be the hardest part. So I'm going to get moving and get to enjoying another wonderful day on the AT. Y'all take care and be safe. Always great to get on the trail and come across these beautiful view spots. And look at those beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains in the background. So coming down the hill sucks. Big steps and lots of roots. But I'm going to keep moving north to Maine. Okay, dog tag on the AT, and there's a fat man obstacle. Normally you can go around them, but this one you had to crawl underneath. And I literally had to crawl underneath. So some of the work still needs to be done on the trail, but all in all, it's been good. Not sure you can read that, but it says Rocky Bald. It's funny how each state has their Rocky Mountain. Now in North Carolina, they're called Rocky Bald. But if you look around, it's not bald. There's a lot of trees up here. So another hill down. We got a big slog down to a parking area. And then we got to climb to Wesser Bald. And they say that can be a dog, so we'll probably spend the afternoon climbing that one. So all is good, and y'all take care. Keep me in your prayers. Well, if you look ahead, that's what I would call the infamous green tunnel. Of course, further up as it gets more springy, you'll see more of these, but definitely feels like it's the tunnel. Again from the AT. It's always interesting to look back at the mountains you just climbed, and of course know that the one you're climbing now is higher than that one. So you come down, then you got to go back up. Love those gaps. All right, that's the Wesser Tower. I guess I got to go climb it. Being a fireman, can't not go to the top of a tower and say that I was there. So they say it's a pretty cool view. So off I go. No pack though. Pack is over here with the resting crew. The resting crew, there's free shot, or trick shot, and wide receivers from Britain. And then the young lady is share a lot or something like that. Share her thoughts. So everything's good. All right, I'm headed to the top of the tower. So up on the tower, big and sexy in the background, Army vet, retired mechanic, Iraq war veteran, but these incredible views. These incredible views. I'm gonna turn it around and see if I can do a panoramic shot. So, all right, I'm not great because I don't have a map in front of me, but I think those are the Smokies back there. So that's where I'm headed. All righty, we'll talk to y'all later. Okay, well, we're up on top of Wesser Bald, and somebody just got a weather notice that there's a possible thunder shower coming. So we're headed down this wonderful little trail. I love the way people just scoot down the trail, and I'm an old fat man going slow. So letting them all pass me. So, no, you can go. I'm just sitting here videotaping.
Pleasure to meet you, though.
You take care, Caboose. So, another thru hiker. He hiked last year and getting ready to do the CDT this year. So, as you can see, they're all moving. They move fast down these trails. I just move slow. All right, gotta go. Well, we are here in a nice rainy shelter. Everybody is seeking cover. And you can see that it is raining, and you can also hear that the lightning and thunder are out there too. So I managed to get my tent up, but I don't have my gear in it yet. So I need to eventually work my way up there. So I'm trying to wait for the rain to stop. But it doesn't sound like it's going to anytime soon. Listen to that. Holy moly. This is the night that it's an advantage to be inside of a shelter. Well, welcome to the AT on a rainy day. We were up at the Wesser Bald Tower earlier, and then while we were there, somebody got a weather warning that said that there was a possibility of a thunder lightning storm coming in. So of course everybody hustled off the mountain, which I'm sure you saw in the previous video. We get in here to the shelter, and of course just before we got to the shelter there's a water source. So I stopped to get water before I came to the shelter, thinking that Dr. Quinn and Optimus were here, and lo and behold, did I find out that they decided to move forward to the next shelter, which was 4.5 miles. Well, when I got into the shelter, after getting my water, it was raining and hailing on me, and so I decided to wait out the rain. And of course, they were having a safety meeting inside the shelter, which I didn't partake in or don't partake in. Those of you that don't know what a safety meeting is those individuals on the trail that decide to use a little bit of cannabis, and they often will meet at the shelter and have their safety meetings. And of course, I went ahead and made my dinner, used a privy, and thinking that I had plenty of time to set up my shelter or my tent, and then all of a sudden it started raining again. And next thing you know, one after another, people were coming in to the tent spot, the shelter area, and I needed to go find a tent spot. So I found a tent spot in the middle of the rain, set my tent up, and then of course, then it downpoured on us while we were standing in the shelter waiting for the rain to stop. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and the rain didn't stop, so I decided to make a dash to my tent. So I'm inside my tent. As you can hear, the rain is outside, and I'm on a relatively flat spot, so I'm hoping I'll sleep okay. But it's funny because they weren't calling for any actual additional rain until 9 o'clock tonight. But, you know, here it is, 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it's been downpouring on us now for 30-40 minutes. So all good. It's all part of the adventure. Tent seems to be dry inside.
It's been a combination of rain and hail that's falling on us, and so I'm going to practice doing what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks, setting my stuff up inside the tent, except this time I'm setting it all up while I'm inside the tent, and with my backpack sitting next to me. That's a little bit wet, but everything inside should be pretty dry. So I'm gonna finish setting everything up, and like I said, it's just another adventure as part of this AT trip. So I'll inform you later. If not, y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all later, alligators, because this is alligator weather. Have a good evening. Bye.